Hey, this is Sam Black with my fifth match with Blue-Red Faeries, and I'm pretty happy to be playing to go 5-0 with this deck I just put together. I'm on the draw, and I have a very good hand. I'm going to keep it. And I'll lead with the island. Obviously looking to spell snare something this turn. That's disappointing. That is a lot worse for me than just spell snaring a thing. There's a case to be made for just getting spell stutter out there since it's known about and lets me establish a clock, but I don't think that's what I need to do here. I'm going to get this suspended. It seems important to resolve Ancestral Vision in this matchup and important to potentially do it in a timely fashion. And I'm turning off the ability to spell stutter for 2, but I have a spell snare to do that anyway, so it's not a big deal. Kalidas is resolving, and wondering about spell stutter sprite. I think I don't want to get the spell stutter sprite in play before I'm vapor snagging Kalidas, and I don't want to vapor snag Kalidas until I have an answer to it. I don't love letting my opponent gain 3 life, but I think I need to play this as a control game rather than a tempo game and just let it happen. Glyph is worth a spell snare, but I think I can actually run out the spell stutter sprite and try to counter it with sprite Mutavault, because I really want to get the sprite in play to set up Mistbind Click. The problem is if my opponent kills the sprite in a way that doesn't let me use the spell snare. So if my opponent bolts the sprite, then I just traded the sprite for a bolt. That's not that bad. I think I'm just going to snare this, though. get a second red source so that I can bolt plus electrolyze to kill Kalidas. I think I'm still going to wait one more turn before Vapor snagging Kalidas, at least. It's absolutely disastrous if I try to Mistbind Click and then my opponent kills my Mutavault, and then my Mistbind Click dies and my opponent gets a million zombies. So I'm just going to take this hit. So I could play Spellstutter Sprite and Vapor Snag, and then try to Mistbind Click in my opponent's next upkeep. But I just don't know if I'm under enough pressure that I really need to do that kind of thing. Could also just cycle Electrolyze. I kind of like that. I don't know that I want this card sitting around anymore. It lets me set up Electrolyze plus Bolt, but I'm getting close to having other ways to deal with it anyway. Second Mutavault makes Mistbind Click a lot more appealing. Now I can just Vapor Snag and go for an upkeep Mistbind Click off 2 Mutavaults. That seems good. I don't want to draw an island. I could pass and hope to be able to Snapcast Mana Lake to counter Kalidas, but I guess that's fine. If my opponent plays another land, I can Snapcast Vapor Snag. And the problem with going for Mistbind Click is if my opponent had like a Terminate for Mistbind Click rather than going after the Mutavaults, then I would let them resolve Kalidas for sure. Interesting. I think I just go for Mistbind Click here. If my opponent has 2 removal spells, it's not great for me, but I still get to reload with Ancestral Vision. Seems like it probably would have been a lot better to just terminate the Mistbind Click if it only had 1 removal spell. So now I just Vapor Snag this thing. And I'll spray this while I'm sure it's going to work. Now my opponent can resolve Cletus, but Cletus doesn't matter because I just have 5 damage in the air. And I can counter removal spells. That was a sweet game. Alright, so my thinking in this matchup is that I want this stuff. And I think I should try Shackles. It's definitely bad if my opponent's at all prepared for it, but I have no reason to believe they will be. And Remand is a reasonable consideration. I think I move away from Miscreant here and add a Remand. And then I think the question is basically whether I want to cut a Mistbind Click for another Remand. And I think I do. I've gone to fewer fairies. It can be hard to try to resolve this through Terminate, and I have other top end. This hand's not great on the draw. I like that I have the creature lands. I don't really like mulliganing in this kind of matchup. And the lands are a little bit better now that I've gone heavier on expensive stuff, but only a little bit. I think this hand is too weak to Thoughtseize and that I should mulligan. Mulliganing isn't generally good against Thoughtseize, but this is just too bad. I did not fix the situation. Alright, I have to keep this, and now I'm even worse against Thoughtseize. And I think I have to keep Bolt on top, because the way that I'm winning is that I get to suspend Vision, and then I'm going to want to kill a creature that's trying to kill me. That's bad. We're going to have trouble this game. I was wondering if it was worth pinning 2 life there. Probably would have been, but I'd like to start attacking with the Mutavault, but I need to try to be able to catch this on turn 4 if I draw another land. That's not good. I think I have to just discard Cryptic. I guess I can just discard Mr. Rainforest here. Discarding Knight of Soul's Betrayal. That hand must be really good. Might just be a removal spell. Yep. I'm just going to discard my Spine Click. Almost certainly losing this game. Wonder if this is Batterskull. Something where it was worth not plussing Liliana when I had a one-card hand. Direct Dusk. No, it's not worth showing Keranos. I can't win this game. Wondering about Negate. Potentially better than Electrolyze. Just that. This hand is very, very good. I'm on the play for once, so I get to spend this rather than waiting to spell snare something. I think it's worth having the unknown information. Although this does also cost me life, because I'm going to have to get Steam Vents probably. Might have been better to play the Mutavault. No, I wish I'd just let that thing resolve. Drawing Snapcaster when my opponent thought it was worth taking Spell Snare or Thoughtseize is good. this already. Feels so early. I would like more of this. Kind of wonder if my opponent's plan is to just wait until I have to discard. I guess I'm willing to just cycle one of these to try to avoid that. Try to find a land to play. Wait Me Out is a rough way to try to beat a string of Ancestral Visions. Not willing to just fire off a Snapcaster for value, but I am willing to just throw a bolt since I have a lot of extra bolts because of the Snapcasters. I guess I'll negate this. Sword of Fire and Ice. I think I ignore that. I might as well remand it. Didn't draw a land. It's kind of annoying. Could just discard both of my mana leaks. Could just fire off a bolt and discard one mana leak. I don't really like what's going on here. I mean, I think I'm winning, but I don't like that I need to discard. I guess I just discard 2 mana leaks. It's fine. Kalidas is fine. This lets me use my Vapor Snag profitably. Certainly an argument for just attacking with Snapcaster, Mutavault, and then bolting. But I think it's about the same to just do this. Cletus still doesn't matter. Yeah, just another Vapor Snag Bolt situation. Or, well, Vapor Snag and then untap and attack and bolt. So, that went well.